basketball for 25 years, and Mike got into coaching pretty much immediately after graduating from college. Sounded like a guy who knew what he wanted to do.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
Passes it to Mr. Perfect. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Mr. Perfect. It's rebounded by T. And Coach Budenholzer, two-sport athlete at Pomona, golf and basketball, also graduated with a triple major in politics, philosophy, and economics. It sounds just like you at Arizona.
Similar, only different. But you know, shortly after college, Budenholzer actually took over as the video coordinator for the Spurs, and that's where his career took off. He ended up spending 19 seasons alongside Greg Popovich, winning 4 titles, and now here he is coaching the Atlanta Hawks.
And Kid Gilchrist drops them both.
You know, the issue really with Atlanta this year and moving forward isn't that they're a bad team. They've just been kind of stuck in that middle road of mediocrity. They're competitive, play hard. They're hoping to find a way to get to the next level now.
Beautiful cut to the hoop. He's getting anything he wants here already.
And a chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
We talked about the impact players on these two teams, the ones who can take over a game single-handedly. And he told me that Michael Kidd Gilchrist may already be in that category. He said he's a guy we've got to account for. He's just so relentless. If you're not ready to match his intensity level, he'll make you look bad. And Kevin, he said if they can limit his impact on the game, that will certainly help.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And with Atlanta, as you said, for a while now they've been a playoff caliber team, but making that next step into the elite class of the East has been hard.
Here's Mr. Perfect. 14 points from him the last game against Washington. Great D that time from T.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And some of the Clark for Atlanta making the jump is personnel. It's never easy to get a franchise player without a high draft.
And in that sense, Kevin, they are a bit in danger of becoming a treadmill team, but they have a good base right now, and I think they just need to continue to keep adding talent and have the talent they have continue to develop.
The Hornets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Stevenson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by T. Feeds it to Horford. Millsap trying to get open. That's good from Horford on the assist by T. Horford's got his first bucket in this one.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. I mean, you'd like to see that every time down the floor.
Here's Mr. Perfect. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Stevenson's checked in. Here's Bazemore. Last game he had 10 points. At the top of the key, Horford. He kicks it to Cephalosha to the left side wing. Baseline try. Mack, good.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Knocks it loose.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hornets ahead, leading by a point.
Next.
Off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
And I like what they've done offensively, really attacking the rim, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And guys, they've been the aggressor early. I mean, attacking the hoop and getting into the paint, that can make the game really easy for you.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Carroll at the 3 and Millsap at the 4. Teague and Korver in the backcourt, and it's Brand in at the 5 roaming the paint.
Well, Paul Millsap has said he doesn't feel undersized anymore with the way the league is going, but more emphasis now on spreading the floor, so Millsap fits in easier. He can always find somebody to guard.
Mr. Perfect. Here's Jefferson. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Teague dishes to Korver. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Back to Teague. The tray. And he gets the bucket. Teague's got 7 points in the game.
And for Millsap, frankly, his height has really never been an issue. I mean, this is a guy who was a big-time rebounder throughout his days in college. But even though he's only 6'7", that 7-foot wingspan helps, and he's strong enough to hold his own with most forwards in the league.
Shot clock at 6. Count the bucket. Mr. Perfect's got it all tied up now for the Hornets. The Hawks shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Teague kicks to Brand. Back to Teague. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Teague's got the lead up to 2 now for Atlanta. No question, guys, that Millsap can rebound and defend the power forward position with the best of them.
Yeah, you remember he led the NCAA in rebounding all 3 of his seasons at Louisiana Tech. So this guy has a nose for the ball.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kev. Mr. Perfect in their last time out against the Wizards really lit it up on the floor. He ended with 14 points, and there weren't too many shots that didn't fall for him. Really efficient night from the field. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game, or has it, like Steve, taken a toll physically?
I think it just depends on the individual, Kevin. Probably depends how he's feeling physically overall, but usually a guy who has a big night like that, it's going to carry over, just the confidence. It'll carry to the next game.
Yeah, I would not disagree with you on there, Steve. There's something about confidence in this game that really fuels you and energizes you. When you've performed well, then you feel like you can do it again and again and again. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Here's Teague. Soft touch off the glass. Teague's got 11 points.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against the Wizards in Washington.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys, is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Biombo is checked in for Jefferson. Vonleh comes in for Cody Zeller. Taylor's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Mo Williams subbed in for Lance Stevenson.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter after only making 40% from the field in the first.
It's not very often you can say this about the future is looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
A minute 42 left to play here in the half. Here's Mr. Perfect, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Some good numbers for Mr. Perfect. He has 11 points and a block.
And he's making this his personal game right now.
Yeah, it's his world. He's doing whatever he wants to out there, guys.
Well, the Bobcats then, now Hornets, might have been a little bit late to the analytics movement, but that's going on in the NBA all over the place, and they're full-time on it now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season, they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
Here's Bazemore from outside off the mark.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
The shot's good from Mr. Perfect.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
The Hawks trail by 7.
And for the Hornets, that's huge, having a bit of a numerical guide as to who to target in free agency, because they aren't usually a big player in that respect.
Conley setting the pick for Williams. There's the pass to Mr. Perfect. Out to Taylor. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Another shot. Here's Mr. Perfect. Bazemore grabs the miss.
And we know the Hornets definitely aren't as big a player in most free agent markets. That's pretty clear, small market team. They're usually at the bottom of the league in payroll. But they are making the most of what they spend now with their analysis, so trying to level the playing field a little bit.
Williams passes to Mr. Perfect. Goes up again, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here, and he knocks down the first one. Several teams changing it up here. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. That will count, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so that...
Okay, fellas, nice job sticking to the plan in the first half. Now let's widen the gap and come on.
Now the second half about to start up and begin anymore. We're seeing a tremendous game for Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time possible.
Aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Mr. Perfect out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Jefferson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Korver dishes to Carroll. To the wing on the left. Here is Korver. He's guarded by Stevenson. From 13. Korver, no luck.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
Well, you have to rebound to win, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. As you know, Cody Zeller was the 4th overall pick in 2013. And Coach Clifford has said he has a lot of physical ability. His basketball IQ is through the roof. He has great intangibles, and he's young. I don't want to limit him in any way, but I want him to progress at his own rate. For us to be good, he's got to be a really big part of it. Kevin, back to you.
An intriguing young talent. Thanks. Shoots a fader. Teague can't hit.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Jeff Teague, one of the quickest and most elusive point guards in the NBA. He's incredible in transition, and where he's really improved is in the half court. He's figured out how to carve up defenses off the dribbles.
And now we go to the 2K leaderboard to find out which teams have had the hottest shooters since All-Star. In second, the Hornets.
Yeah, and they're playing unselfishly, trying to get good shots every down the floor, and it's really paying off for them.
Down low. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Teague's got 13.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh. You see the shooter, Kyle Korver. Let's take a look at some of his numbers. They've got time performances from him since the All-Star break. Second in three-point field goal percentage. And he is now ranked number 3 in free throw percentage. So he has shot the ball with extreme confidence.
And, you know, going back to his three-point shooting percentage, he's been an absolute dead-eye from distance. I mean, only one guy's been better than him, Steve.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little